Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Tuesday, December the 23rd, the day before Christmas Eve. We start first of all with Nanette Ward, Central Missouri Stop Human Trafficking Coalition. Welcome to Radio Friends,
Thank
Nanette.
you, Paul, as always.
You are here today. It's December, but you wanted to talk about something the month of January.
Yes, we're at the end of the month, and I want to give people a heads up that January is, by presidential proclamation, National Slavery and Human Trafficking Prevention Month. January 11th is National Human Trafficking Awareness Day. So I've been on a lot. We've talked about the fact that there is the illegal selling and buying of people, children, men and women, foreign-born and U.S.-born, right here in mid-Missouri and in every state in the country and all over the world.
Earlier this year, this past summer, I mean, it was big news here in Columbia.
Yeah, there's not a shortage of news here or in anywhere. You can Google human trafficking, anything, and you will find information, news, current, and we just need to continue lifting up this issue because there continues to be people who are not quite grasping that yes, there is that going on in our restaurants here, washing the dishes in the back, or in our fields, in our agricultural fields in Missouri, or in our motels and hotels, women, children, boys, girls, sex slaves, in prostitution, being forced. And so we have to understand that it's happening to our young people in particular. My particular concern is about our young people. So in terms of prevention, I wanted to give people a couple of P words.
Okay.
In terms of protecting our young people through social media, to be aware that they really need to not be friends with people they don't know. There's so much that has happened to lure young people into what ends up being commercial sex trafficking, the exploitation, the using of boys and girls in the sex industry, through luring them in through Facebook and other social media. So protect your kids. That's one prevention. In social media, be aware of that they know the people they're actually conversing with. And the other is to be a partner to our young people, to be someone that is in a healthy relationship with them, to be someone they can talk to, someone safe, someone that they can share their concerns with if they're concerned about someone else or concerned about themselves. So to partner with the young people.
You know, the thing is, Nanette, I could sit here and just listen to you because you're speaking from your heart and soul. You really do care. If people suspect that something's going on, or if they want more information on how to help, I know you have a toll-free number. Would you give that?
Yes. So everybody get out your pen and or put it in your phone. It's 888-373-7888.
And when you call that number, what are you going to get?
It's 24-hour. If there's foreign language needed, there's translators, but there are people there that will answer your questions. If you're concerned, you're suspicious, they'll refer you to the proper, whether it's a social service or a shelter or law enforcement. But also I want people to have the coalition number because sometimes they're not sure and they kind of want to talk to somebody first, but it's 866-590-5959.
866-590-5959.
Yes, and so of course, learn, engage, give, volunteer. Those are all the things that can be a part of preventing the fact that there's illegal sales of people in this country.
All right. Nanette Ward, thank you so much for coming by. And we'll have you back after the first of the year.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
The Central Missouri Stop Human Trafficking Coalition, and here's a lady who really, you're working as hard as you possibly can to make the world better.
Well, there's a need, and it's important for everybody else to know that it's out there, so we keep at it. Thank you, Paul.
Nanette. Now, on the lighter side, we turn to Chef Daniel Pliska, the executive chef at the University Club, and you have written a book.
Yes,
if you have a sweet tooth and you want some really tasty pastry and dessert, it's called Pastry and Dessert Techniques, right?
Correct.
And are these all your specialty recipes?
Yes, they are.
Tell me about the book.
Well, the book is really a labor of love. It took me about 4 years to produce. It's a special book in that it's built to or made to be able to build upon the basic techniques of how to make desserts and pastries and how to create your own signature desserts and pastries by using these techniques that you learn from the book.
Now, when you look at desserts that are made professionally by you, you have wonderful desserts at the University Club.
Thank you.
It can be somewhat intimidating for the average person. Is it really difficult and time-consuming, or can anybody make a impressive dessert?
Well, a lot of it's just like anything else. It can be intimidating and it can be brought to a very high level of art, but some of the dishes are also very simple, whether they're crepes or dessert sauces or tarts. Of course, if you've never turned on your stove and maybe not, boiled water, you might have some problems doing that. But it all depends on the person. Some people are really into cooking and pastries and baking and can do a lot of things, and other people want to learn more about it. So the book is really meant for that, just to understand the techniques for culinary students or for foodies or for people that just like to dine out and understand what they're eating when they get the descriptions on the desserts.
And you've got some beautiful pictures in here. I mean, this really is it's a picture book for people making desserts with step-by-step instructions for everything.
Correct. And a lot of savory dishes in there too, like for brunch, crepes and savory pastries, spanakopita and strudels and different tarts made with different techniques for pie doughs. And so there's a lot of different techniques. There's no baking in there though, Paul. That's an interesting part about it. There's no baking in this book.
No baking.
There's no chemicals. So it's all based on the egg foam and sugar foams, how to be able to build desserts by building up the aeration with the cream or the eggs and the sugar, and how to be able to build desserts without using any chemicals. So there's no cream of tartar or no baking powder or baking soda used in any of these recipes.
So is that all of your desserts at the University Club, or are they all made that way?
Not all of them. I mean, there is a place for those certain types of leaven desserts that do use chemicals like baking powder and baking soda, but
there's nothing wrong with
no, there's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that. But the dessert is basically built, and so you don't have to use those kind of things, and you learn the basics of how the ingredients work together.
Okay,
first.
in 30 seconds, how do you make a really light, flaky crust for a strudel?
Okay, so for strudel, the light flaky crust is used by the lamination of the dough. Okay, what you're thinking about for apple strudel. Yeah, so that's the rolling of the butter and the dough together, and then rolling it out when it's cold, and folding it all together and doing that a number of times.
Lamination. If you want to find out more about this, the book is called Pastry and Dessert Techniques by Daniel Pliska. Where can you get the book?
You can get the University Bookstore, or you can email me directly at daniel.pliska@gmail.com, and I can get you a signed copy.
Okay. So, University Bookstore?
University Bookstore.
Or email you.
Correct.
Or can they pick it up at the U Club also? If they
can. Yeah, they can come by and
just ask for it?
Yeah.
And
just let me know.
Cost?
It's $40.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Daniel, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you, Paul.
Pleasure having you here. Keep cooking good food.
Appreciate it.
Tomorrow, Larry Brown will be with us for our Christmas Eve show. Our program directed by Travis McMillen, Reynolds Journalism Institute. Audio is Pat Akers from KBIA. Our floor director is Lowell Thomas. And our assistant producer and guest coordinator, Uncle James Mauser. Have yourself a good morning. Bye-bye.